Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing roguelike exploration survival game Duskers. In it you search derelict spaceships for supplies to continue on your journey as you try to find clues as to what happened to humans. So I'm going to start a game. Because you are alone on your spaceship, what you'll do is you'll use drones to search the vessels for resources, primarily scrap, which you use to repair and upgrade your drones, and also fuel so you can jump to other systems, galaxies inside of your universe. In between missions, you can reassign the abilities of your various drones. So this is at the very beginning of a mission. So my first one is kind of my scout, who has motion detection and the ability to gather resources. Second guy can run generators so I can open up doors. And then the third guy can tow various things. And he also has stealth, which is actually probably what I would prefer to use instead of motion. I don't necessarily want to give him both, just in case I lose him early on. So I'm going to swap these two. I actually have come to like stealth a lot more than motion because you can kind of go into any room undetected. You can use your scrap to upgrade or repair your drones, so you can just reheal them. You can you have to repair your items because as you use them, they will fail over time. You can also get different ship upgrades that you'll find on different ships, and you can also create some basic things. So if you lose a bunch of your items, you can still continue on. So basically what you do is you kind of go around, you get 6 fuel per system, and then when you jump to a different galaxy, you automatically refuel all of your propulsion ability, so that's kind of nice. And you're basically just kind of going around and trying to fulfill these objectives on the side, which suggest to basically take control of various things, try to figure out what happened to the humans. We'll do a couple missions here and see how we do. So I'm just going to board this first vessel here, and then we'll plan out where we're going to go after that. So you can reassign your stuff before you board. I'm just going to board. First thing it does is gives you a little rundown of the ship and maybe some background story. And here you go. The game is controlled by using the console primarily, although you can directly control guys by using the arrow keys if you want to kind of fine-tune it a little bit. You use spacebar to toggle between that view there. But you do type, and it's really engaging, actually. I really like the theme and the interface here. There's not very many typing games on the PC, even though you have your keyboard there. So it's kind of nice to actually type out commands here. So I'll open up the airlock door. I will directly control this guy and get him in here and kind of scout around. The first room you encounter is always enemy-free, so you don't have to worry about, at least initially it is, don't have to worry about finding any scary guys in here. And that's basically what you're going to run into, are different types of enemies that will leap out and try to attack your relatively fragile drones. So I found a couple power things, a ship upgrade and all that stuff, so I'm going to tell my second guy to navigate to room 2, and then he'll use the generator. And then I'm going to tell my third guy to go over there and see if I can tow that upgrade right there. So you can see when you power that room, it gives you the ability to open up some doors. And he can't tow because that's firmly installed. Do get a transporter, so I could actually swap out with this ship if I wanted to. Although it's probably too small this early in the game where I don't really even need him. So I'm going to navigate that guy back to the home base. Alright, so I'm going to have my first guy gather both of those things as scrap. And I'm going to close D16, and then I'm going to directly control this guy and use his stealth ability. And I'm just going to basically go through all of these rooms and see what there is to find here. There's one bad guy right there, so that's why I use my stealth ability. Actually, he just went into that room there. Now, when you have bad guys, there's a couple ways of dealing with them. You can blow them out of airlocks. Let me turn my stealth off. Or you can have offensive weapons equipped to your drones, or you can find have a drone with the interface ability and then turn on turrets, which will also take care of them that way. So that guy's trapped in R5 right now. So if I wanted to, I could blow them out the airlock out of A2, but there's not really a reason to do that right now, to be honest. So let me stealth. And then, which one is that? D5. So there's another bad guy. Alright. And this is why I like the stealth ability. You can also get a motion detector, which I'll show that off in a second here. Because I have my tow guy, which has it on it, so I'm going to navigate him to R2. And actually, let me open up the door there. And then I'll have a motion sensor, and I'll show you what that does. So it basically tells you there could not be, might be some bad guys in there. The red will show up when there's definitely a bad guy in there. Green means there's not. Yellow means there may be. So, I mean, motion sensors are generally useless. So I greatly prefer doing stealth as an alternative there. Oh, we got some fuel, so that's good. Alright, so we'll gather that. See if we get anything from this. Nope. Alright, so let me move. Let me go back. I'm going to move him back into the craft so I don't lose him accidentally. I think there was a bad guy in R6, if I remember correctly. So, honestly, there probably isn't that much more to do here. So I'm going to just send everybody back to headquarters and then just take off. It's usually not worth... It's definitely not worth risking a drone for, you know, stuff that's probably not even going to be there. Alright, so I got a couple scrap out of that, so that's not too bad. So we have 6 things left. So what do I want to do here? I do have a Stargate that I could use to jump to a different part of the galaxy. I think I'm just going to hang around in this, or a different part of the universe. I think I'm just going to start in this, or keep going in this area here. So I have 6. I can do X, G, U. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll jump to the next system. Alright, so I'll board this guy. As you go further along, generally the craft gets larger and with more doors, and there's also more hostile stuff going on. All of these, as you would expect in a roguelike, is procedurally generated, so you have no idea what you're going to encounter. It does become a little bit repetitive. So that's R3. You can turn those icons off if you can't see what's going on. It does get a bit repetitive because you're basically doing the same thing each level, but it's still pretty fun, to say the least. Alright, so let me turn on stealth and go D20. Get ready to turn that off in case there's a guy on the other side. We do have some of that. Yep, there you go. Those guys are bad news, too. Now, so they're in R6. Let me flag that. There's a turret. If I had an interface, that would be very useful, so I can just blast them. Alright, so let me turn stealth off. And gather that. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Let me just use this guy and go this way. There's a broken interface in this room, that's all there is though. Alright, what do I want to do? There's nonsense in R6, so I'm going to avoid that. Let me go back up to D12 and see what's behind that door. Oh, yeah, that crud. Don't want to run into that. Alright. I think that's all I kind of want to do in the ship, to be honest. There isn't very much here. I don't want to mess with either of those enemies. Again, it's not really worth this early in the game because there's usually not that great stuff available. So there's that. And we'll go to Q. Alright. Sometimes you do get a scan that shows you there's a room with some really good stuff in it, so that'll be my goal here, is hopefully you run into that without running into any enemies. Got some fuel, got a generator, another airlock. Okay, so we'll navigate 2 to R3 and then have them generate. Navigate 1 R3 and have them gather. And then I'm going to run them from R4 and just see if there's anything bad. Got some extra propulsion. That's be useful later on. Alright, so I'm going to close D8. Alright, we'll stealth in D14. There's some bad guys. Those, yep, see, crap. Those things grow, which is not good now. Hopefully, this way is okay. Yep, there's a bad guy back there. Cool. Ugh. Alright, well. Did I trap him in that room? I think I did. Yup. Cool. Alright. Alright, so gather all 1, and then I'm going to navigate 3 to R2 and then tow. We'll get an extra little guy going. Now, because typing in commands is kind of your primary way of interacting with the game, when things go bad, you're like really trying to struggle typing stuff in, which is pretty funny. So there's multiple ways of dealing with enemies. You can blow them out the airlock, but that takes care of it. Also removes all the stuff that's in that room. You can attack them with turrets, or you can do what I did and just kind of get them into a single room, and then you don't have to worry about them anymore. No, that's a permanent upgrade. Alright, so let's just get out of here. We did pretty good. Picked up some scrap and some fuel. Picked up an extra drone. And what I usually do, 4 drones at a time is actually kind of overkill unless you have some really good abilities. So I usually just kind of keep them in reserve in case I lose somebody. And then I might lure, you can attract nearby guys. And you can gather scrap with them. There's a bunch of other abilities too. You can interface with stuff so you can scan the ship and turn on defenses. You can pry doors open. You can have a shield. You can have an automated probe that goes around. You can scan a room, which reveals more resources than you can see visually from the console. You can also have a bunch of weapons, Gatling guns, sonic weapons, mines, stuff like that. So a lot of different things and different upgrades you can have too that basically improve them over time. So pretty good amount of stuff that you can do, which actually adds a lot to the keeping your interest kind of high, because there's enough different abilities and different combinations of abilities that makes the game hold up interest pretty long amount of time. Alright, we got another good room here. So we are going to turn on the power here in a second. And we have another room with power in it, and an interface. I really want the interface upgrade. That's like the one I always want. But I never get it. Alright, what does that turn on? Just that. It's not really a big surprise. Alright, well. Let's see what we got. And we got that guy. Not a shock. Ship upgrades empty. Alright, well, let me go in D4 then. See what's in here. Okay, not much. Alright, so let's turn stealth off and we'll gather. Alright. Well, let me move him over. I'm sure that'll just power the stuff that's over on this side, yeah. So we'll go D6. Another generator, jeez. Alright, well. Alright, so D8, D6, navigate to R6 generator. I'm trying to see if there's a way to kind of get that guy out. Alright, so now we got all this junk. So D7, D7, so I can close it when I get through. There's some scrap. Make sure there's nobody bad in here. Oh, there is. Okay. Stop following me. Okay, well, I wonder if that was the guy that was in R2. Yeah, there's another generator. Alright, so I got somebody in that room. It's D3, navigate to R8 generator. Still would like to get that scrap that's up there. That opens D11, so let me see. There might be two guys on this thing. Nope, yep, there's two guys, alright. Well. There's no extra airlocks. Well, unless I get in here. I doubt there's going to be anything there. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well. Question is it worth getting killed for those things? The answer is no. So we're just going to get out of here. There's no other airlocks that I can kind of funnel him in. It'd be nice if that R9 had one. So I'm basically losing out on 5 scrap, which is unfortunate. It's actually a pretty decent ship, too. 2 upgrade spots. But again, I don't have the means to deal with them. I don't have any offensive weapons. I have that lure. I guess I could have used the lure. I could have lured him into R9 and then just trapped them both in there, but it's alright. It happens. Yep, there's my stealth is deteriorating, not a surprise. So, I need to spend 10 to repair it, which is all the scrap I have, so that's all I can do. Alright, so we're going to go to the galaxy and we're going to jump to Y, I think. Bloop. Then I'll have to jump to F next time. Alright, so in this system, ooh, we got a trader, that's cool. So I do 3, I can do 3, 4, 5, that's exactly what I'll do. So I'll go NEQ, show you the trader, and then I think we'll kind of call it there. We'll see how this goes. Alright, here we go. Is that R2? Yep. I kind of like controlling my little scout guy. firsthand. Oh, there is a toe there. I said, so you're dumb. I'll just do those two. Try and get out of your way. Upgrade spot there too. There's a turret. That one seems to be stuck. Yep, that one's destroyed, so... Alright. Well, I can't go that way anyway. Alright, well, we gotta go down. There's another power thing there over there somewhere. Alright, stealth D7. Interface. Ooh. Excellent. Got no fuel out of it though. Towing a bunch of stuff back. This is a pretty good mission right here. Bye. Alright. Stealth. Get here and close that. Another interface. Another upgrades. 2 upgrades. This is actually a pretty good ship. Alright, so we'll just go up here. Yep, except for that. But I can blow them out of the airlock. Which is what I will do right now. Alright, A4 is it powered? Not powered. Crap. So I gotta find the power thing. Alright, well. And there's no power things in there. Well, I could move my ship to, but then I can't blow it out if it's not an A4. I don't have the pry ability, so I'm actually stuck. Because I can't open any other doors up, which is too bad because this is a really good ship. So you can commandeer other ships. Now I can dock with D5. I might actually do that. I actually might do that. I'm going to dock with D5 or A5 and we'll see what happens. Flag that so I remember. Alright, dock A5. So you can dock with any thing. Now the problem is, if there's an enemy in here, I'm totally screwed. No, like I said. There you go. Yep. Cool. So that's pretty much it. That's the end of the game. That's what happens. That's the roguelike aspect of it. Now, I was going to show off the trader, which I didn't make it to, because I rolled the dice on going to A5, try to get this ship, and it did not work. But basically, you can trade scrap for other, a randomized assortment of different abilities and ship components, which is pretty cool. So finding the traders is pretty good. Makes you kind of surprised it hasn't exited out yet. I guess because he's just disabled. Can't exit because there's bad guys on my thing, but there you go. I really like Duskers. You know, if you're looking for something in a roguelike that's different than like a fantasy dungeon crawler, then this is definitely good. Really, you know, invokes the sense of very dangerous space exploration, like Aliens sort of deal. You know, Alien, typing in commands on the console, trying to direct your little units around. There's lots of different commands you can use and abilities that your drones have. It's really satisfying to type in the commands. And it also works well when it becomes panic time, when you run into an enemy you didn't think was going to be there and you're trying to fast, type all the stuff in and you're misspelling words and everything. It's really an effective way of controlling the game. And you can also go in and, directly control them to an extent, but you still have to type in all the commands. I like the randomized ship layouts, gives a lot of replay value. Although the game is repetitive, the strategy does change based on which components you have. If you have stealth or motion, you'll play it differently. If you have offensive weapons, you'll be more aggressive, where if you have more defensive things, you can kind of set up traps or blow things out of airlocks and stuff like that. Lots of different upgrades and stuff you can have as you play. All in all, it's a really neat little game. And again, if you like roguelikes with permadeath and randomized stuff, this is definitely one you should check out. That's all I have for today. Until next time, bye now.